Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Second Act, Same Attitude. This is episode 2, and episode 1 was, we think it was a hit. We had 126 listens on Spotify and 120 something listens on YouTube, which when I went and asked my best friend ChatGPT, they said that was actually really good, and that most podcasts with zero audience usually get 0 to 30 listens in 1 week. So 126 listens in less than a week, I think is like, I mean, obviously we're going to be in the top 5 podcasts in the United States.
Let's hope Mel Robbins.
Exactly. Chelsea Handler, all of you, we're coming for
All
you,
of you.
just so
Coming
you
for
know.
you. Two
So we
little
want to
girls from
thank,
Maine.
yeah, we want to thank everybody that's watched and reached out. And you know what? We know there's some people that just want to, hear what we have to say so they can maybe talk about it with their friends, which is also amazing. I love all of it. So, I'm back here with Tina Goslin,
Hello.
and what what did you say?
Hello.
Hello.
I have a cold, so I do apologize. I don't normally sound like this.
Yeah, she's getting the cold that like everybody else has had, and it's finally
Yeah.
come her way. But we today are going to talk about they're like a little bit of hot takes, or I guess that's what the kids call them, or like questions that I will ask, and then we'll say we either agree or disagree, and then like the conversation will kind of flow from there. Um, so does that sound good?
Sounds good to me, even though
Okay.
I don't know some of the questions, so we'll see how
Well,
I
we went
do.
over them yesterday.
We did, but that was a day ago.
Okay. So my first question that we're going to discuss, agree or agree to disagree, or disagree. Men breathing.
Or chew, or sip.
Chew, breathe,
Yeah.
um,
Eat.
clear their throat in the morning,
Oh, no. God.
exist. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry. We love you, man. We really
yeah, you
do.
guys are
Just
great,
don't
all of
breathe.
you. Yay.
Don't
Okay.
breathe.
So actually, let's get into the like meat of the conversation, which here's the first one. And we discussed this a lot. So the first question is, do we think closure in a relationship is a made up thing? Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Same.
Yes, I do agree. I think that closure has to come from yourself. Like, I get two parts of it. Like, I do understand that people do want closure, but I think you're looking for that other person to validate your story and make you feel all the things you're feeling of why this relationship ended. And you're not necessarily going to get that from the other person because the other person, more often than not, has a different version of why the relationship is ending. But I do understand people walking away from a relationship saying, I'm glad we had that conversation because at least it brings some closure, not in a sense of necessarily emotionally, but as maybe a friendship level, so that if you see that person at Hannaford or out and about, we're in a small town, so we're all going to cross paths, that at least you have some closure in that sense where you're not feeling like you want to, duck 5 rows down if you see that person
Right.
in that sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think each person sometimes at the end of a relationship has a different perspective of what happened, or some people even live like a completely different relationship where at the end you're like, wait a minute, like that's how you saw that? Because I saw it the
Right.
complete opposite way.
Completely different.
And
Yes.
so then you're looking to get some sort of closure when the real closure, I mean, the closure is there in terms of
Right.
like the closure was it didn't work out.
Right. And I
That's the
think you have to have that closure within yourself and just feel good about your decision. And this is why I'm not in this relationship anymore. And not look for validation necessarily from that other person.
Yeah, because they're not going to say exactly what you want them to say. I mean,
No. That's why you're
I
not
don't
together
think.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys if you got like that sort of validation that you always were
Right.
looking for, it would still be going on.
Probably wouldn't
So,
need the closure conversation.
no.
Just
I
saying.
think yeah, exactly. You wouldn't need that sort of validation or or anything. But
Right.
again, like when you're like, well, I need closure. Well, the closure was they didn't show up. That was the closure. Like that is it. Like when people say, well, I didn't get any, no, you did because not what you were looking for, but the closure was it didn't work out and it didn't work out for a reason. So, I mean, 9 times out of 10, that is the closure. But I do agree that, there's a difference between closure and making amends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
making
Exactly.
amends is just that. It's, we're cool. If I see you, I
Which
say
I
hello.
think that to me would be necessary. Like
Yes.
I would want that.
Yeah, like if I see you, I say hello. If you see
Yeah.
me, we say hello, and it's not weird
Right.
because it doesn't need to
Exactly.
necessarily be weird. So,
Right. Right.
um, I'd be curious of other people's thoughts about closure
Yeah.
and what
Because I
and
do
you
think that
think.
some people really strive for closure. I don't know that they necessarily get it, but I think some people
Yeah.
really do want it.
And I feel like obviously there's been many times when I was like, let's meet up so whatever, so we can have some closure. Like, no, idiot. Like there is none. They're not, it's not happening. Like they're not
No.
going to give you what you're looking for. So,
No.
okay. Okay, so we agree on that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the next question, and everyone, like, I have to look off because I can't read this from here. The writing is too small. So, and I don't want to rustle my papers like last time. So I have to like move from the camera so I can
And if
read
anybody hears
what I
background
said.
noise at my place, it's my cats playing with toys, so I
Oh, I
apologize.
haven't heard anything yet, so that's
Okay,
good.
well, Maverick's going a little crazy.
Okay, here's the next question. Soulmates, yes or no?
The romantic girl in me wants to say yes, but the realist in me wants to say that no, I don't I don't necessarily believe that there is one person other than your parents on the face of the earth for one person. I feel like the older I get, I think every person that comes into your life comes into for a certain purpose. Um, and people can be a chapter in your book, not necessarily that you have to have lots of chapters, but I just feel like I don't know that there's just one person for every person. I, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that.
Well, I do too, especially when you think about the billions of people that like live on the earth and like you found your one person where you
Right,
live.
right.
I
That
mean,
one person.
you brought up my parents, which
Yeah.
is a good
They are soulmates. I
which
mean,
is a good
really-
example
right, right.
of two people that met when they were like kids and have stayed together and still
And
obviously they didn't.
genuinely very much like each other, have fun.
Right.
Yeah, that to me would be soulmates, but you don't see that very
I
often.
don't think you see it. And I also think a soulmate doesn't necessarily have to be like a partner, like a
A
romantic
romantic
partner.
relationship. Right. It doesn't have to be a romantic
Like I
relationship.
think we could be soulmates as like
Right.
like two people that are connected.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like this. I think people always
Rom-
see soulmates as like a romantic relationship.
Exactly.
I don't necessarily think
Right.
that
No,
that's
because
how it
like you said, it's out of all the people in the world, there's just one person. Like,
I
and
know.
then you're also expecting that one person to fill so many roles in your life. Like
No.
that's a big job, to be there emotionally for you, physically for you, spiritually, like all the things you're expecting from this one person. That's a lot for one
Yeah.
person to fill that role.
Actually, now that you went off on that way, I don't know how this
Right?
if this flows in
You never
easily.
know what's going to come out of my mouth or through
No,
my
no,
brain.
no. I was gonna say, I think like also in relationships, sometimes when people are together, like they consume each other and then they lose sight of other people. Like
Yes.
they lose sight of like friendships or they lose sight of things that they used to love. And so they focus
Yes.
all their time and energy on like one person.
Right. And sometimes they change the things that they used to really like and do to more adapt to the person that they're with and kind of lose sight, like you said, of their old self too. And they're
Yeah.
not true to themselves.
Right. And I'm wondering if sometimes, I think things need to be separate. Like you have to have separate interests. Like you should have
Right.
some of the same interests, obviously, because
Yes.
but you need to have separate interests. So like you need separate friends, not separate, but yeah, you need your girl, you need people that you go out with
Right. Yeah.
that, because you know what, if your relationship ends and you solely base your entire life around one human being
Right.
and then it doesn't work out, then what?
Right. And I just feel like there's so many different levels of ourselves that you need to have your girlfriends and your other friends and other groups besides that person that you're with because I think it makes you a full-bodied person, like well-rounded person, I guess would be the best way to say it.
Yeah, I think that's something that maybe people, um,
I think if it's just you and that person, it's kind of an empty little world.
well, especially if it doesn't work out,
Well,
then
right, right. But even if it does, I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
just like
I like a lot of people.
yes. Well, not a lot. I mean, I
Well,
like
no, right.
five.
Let's be real.
I like five people. Actually, I mean, that was like one of the things I had put in my notes was to talk about not like I always say like I'm trying really hard not to connect with people right now. Like I'm
Right.
like do we need to make more friends like the older that we get, or are we quite content with the people that we have? And
Quite. I
yeah,
think we're quite
I
content.
think we're I think it's
Right.
better to be like, I think when you're younger, you think your circle needs to be
Well, and
huge.
yeah, and I think it just is too, as a matter of dynamics of the age and everything else. But when you get older, your friend group, I think, becomes much more smaller.
Yeah, and it needs to, because how many
Yeah.
people do you want to let in your life that actually like really know you? Like at the end of the day, like,
Right.
you know, I've always been like I show people exactly what I want them, what I'm willing to share.
Right. Right.
I don't share everything with everybody. I just
No.
don't. I don't find it
Right. Right.
like necessary to share, you know. Um, but when we were younger, you had like, your group of people that you go out, your drinking
Right.
buddies,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
people that you do certain things with. And like now it's like a much smaller group. Um,
Right.
it
Right.
doesn't need to be like this huge.
Well, when you're younger too, like you don't commingle the groups. Like you had your, college friends, you had your high
Yes.
school friends. You didn't commingle those groups, which is so silly if you think about it.
Even though I'm not a huge commingler, I don't like commingling my groups, which is why my group now is small and we all commingle
Right.
together. But like,
You've let me
um,
in the education group, so there's that.
yes, there are certain people now you can flow in and out of any group.
Yeah.
My friend Brooks
Yeah.
from high school, I've always flowed through her different, like her work group, like different
Yeah.
groups. There's, some of
Certain
us can
people
like,
that can.
yeah,
Right.
can
Yeah.
like float in and out between like groups,
Right.
but
Right.
sometimes it's like you're like, oh, I don't know.
Right.
Sally gonna go off. Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
No.
There is no Sally. I'm just like hypothetically speaking. But
Right. Right.
anyway. Okay, so that was like, see how we went off on a tangent there. But
Yes.
that was kind of something that I wanted to cover. So I'm glad that I said that one. Okay. So we're gonna stick to, actually, this is good. So we went from soulmates to,
Yeah.
um, do we want to make more friends? To, can people of the opposite sex can be friends? Agree or disagree?
I truly do agree. I
Okay.
do agree.
Give
I
me
think it's
your, give me
complicated. It
your,
can be complicated.
okay.
I think women can be friends with men. I don't know how to really gently say this, but I think women can be friends with men easier than men can be friends with women, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also think that sometimes, you can have a single guy who's your friend, who's your bud, and then he gets in a relationship and then he's gone. Um,
Hmm.
but I think I like my male friends. I like hearing their perspective sometimes
Yeah.
of
Yeah. I
things.
like telling them
But
to shut up.
I enjoy all of our male friends that we have. You know what I mean? I but for me, they're nothing more than I mean, they're friends. They're genuine friends. They're not like anybody I'm interested in, shall we say. You know what I mean? Sorry, everybody out there.
She doesn't like you. She doesn't like
I
you like
do
that.
like you, but like, oh yeah,
No, I agree. I think it can. I think sometimes it depends on the situation, but like I've always had very good guy friends that like I am a ball buster. Like I like to like be sarcastic and crack jokes, and I like people doing it back to me. Like I think it's
right,
funny.
yeah,
Um so to me, yeah, no, I've never have been friends with anyone that I wanted to be more than friends with. So
I think our male friends generally enjoy us as well, and I,
I think we're pretty
you
funny.
know, and I think they sometimes appreciate our perspective on things.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, I find us entertaining. I mean, I find us lovely,
Okay.
but like not
I
everyone.
want to hang out with us.
I mean, I would.
Right.
But that's just me and
I
that's
mean, we
just
made a
you.
bunch of new friends at the Japanese restaurant last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're at the Japanese restaurant. Boom, boom, boom. Just
Yeah.
making friends left and right. Talking
Yep.
about the podcast. Our
Life in
our
Lovely
meal,
Adventure.
I don't even know what happened with that. We got way more food than we ordered.
So much food. I know, so much food. It was, yeah, a plug on the new Japanese restaurant in
Yes.
Biddeford. Go to it.
Yes. And I don't know what it's called. It begins with an I.
I can't pronounce it, but
Yeah, it
it's
was
where the
good.
old Dizzy Birds used to be, and definitely check it out.
Yeah, it was
It's going to
very
be a
good.
great addition to downtown.
Yes, you'll see us there, waving to everyone,
Okay.
plugging the podcast. We need to make business cards
We do, yes.
now that I'm thinking about that.
We'll be
Okay.
networking,
Always networking.
always networking.
Okay. Oh, here's one. Um, okay, this one's an interesting one. Is peace better than being right? And do you know what I mean by that? Okay.
I would choose peace all day long
Okay. Yeah.
because if you're trying to be right with somebody that you'd rather have peace with, you're never going to be right. So
Yeah.
you're wasting your energy.
Yeah. I agree. I think in some situations when you know you're right, the first response or the first reaction is to, you know, type a page this
Prove your point,
long,
right?
get your point across because you're like, I
Yeah,
need to stick up for myself because what
right,
you're doing is
right.
wrong. What you're saying is wrong. But
But
at
you're
the
not
end,
necessarily going to change that person's
and you're not
mind
going
or
to get
view.
anything from them because
No.
they either are going to disregard the message,
Hmm.
they're only going to respond to one part of the message, or I think my favorite is just like completely manipulate the situation to twist it around and now it's back on you and like now you're apologizing for something that you didn't even do.
Right. Exactly.
So at the
Exactly.
end, right? So at the end of the day, I think that it takes a lot of like practice to just
Walk away and just keep the peace, and
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yep. Because I mean, as human beings, we want to stick up for ourselves. Like
Right.
when we
Right.
feel like someone did us wrong, we want to say,
No,
like,
that's not okay.
that's not
Right.
okay. And then it almost feels like the person's getting away with it because we're not sticking up for ourselves. But in the
Right.
end, you're not going to get what you want. And then
Right.
you just get into this conflict cycle where it turns into, well, 5 years ago you said this.
Yeah.
It's like,
And it's like, okay, I was
is it,
not the same person 5 years ago or 5 minutes ago.
that's not even what we're talking about.
And right. Exactly.
Well, 5 years ago you said this. Okay. I'm
Right.
talking about what just happened 15 seconds ago. Like, what are
Right.
we doing here?
Exactly. Right.
I
Yeah.
don't even know
No,
what
I
I
think keeping the
wore.
peace,
Yeah,
as long as you know that you were, your piece in it, not piece, but that your part in it, I think keeping the peace is just at the end
I
of the
agree.
day a lot easier.
And if I can give anyone like a little like this is like something that I like to do is I will put it if there's something I would want to say, I write it in my notes, like type it up in my notes, and then if I still feel the need to send it or say something
Yep.
the next day when I've kind of calmed down,
I think that's a good
I
practice.
would send it. Or you can put it in ChatGPT. Exactly. You can put in what they said and then you put it in ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT is like,
Your therapist.
yep. They're like, calm
I haven't
down.
tried this, so I'll have to try this.
They're like, calm down. And they give you like a
Tina,
more,
simmer down.
they give you a more like, try this response. This has no emotion in it. Or just, less is always more, I think.
Less is always more.
Yeah. So
Always.
anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Um, this is one of my favorites. If someone wanted to, they would. Agree or disagree?
Always. If someone wanted to, they would. I think that's probably one of the most beautiful mantras to live by.
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
think if you
I
have
think that
some,
puts a lot of things in perspective.
yeah, because if you look at someone like if it's like, oh, hey, um, you see this person and they're I don't know, like always out doing stuff, but when it comes to, and I'm talking like, women, like if you're in a
Right.
relationship and you're starting a relationship and the guy that you're with, every time you ask him to do something, it's a chore. Like
Right.
it's
Right.
it's it's not like this organic thing,
Right.
but he's always doing X, Y, and Z with everybody else.
But doesn't have the time to do.
But it's like, oh, I'm too busy. I don't have the time for you. Yeah, if they wanted to, they would. Like
Right.
people make time for what they want to make time for,
Yes.
period,
Exactly. Or what's important to them.
or what's important to them. So
Right.
if you're not in that, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Um, Order or list or whatever,
Right.
that is kind of an answer. Even though I've seen people on podcasts talk about if they wanted to, they would, and they're like, no, no, that's not true. Like some people just aren't able to. And yeah, sure.
That's a whole nother, I think,
Yeah, but that's a
you
whole
know,
different thing.
yeah.
Like some people maybe aren't emotionally available. So if they wanted to, they would doesn't fit because they literally just aren't emotionally mature enough to do what you're looking
They
for.
don't have the capability.
Exactly. But
Right.
I'm more talking about like in terms of like if you see someone and they're always making time for something else,
Right. Right.
and then when it comes down to you and they're not making the time for you,
Right. Right.
sorry.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um this one we talked about a little bit. Rehearsing conversations in the shower.
Something I've never done.
Oh,
I know, I said that. Something I've never done. But I will say, like, rehearsing, like, knowing if I'm going to be in a car for a long time with somebody and there's something I want to talk about or something like that, rehearsing it in my head or, waiting till the right time. I'm not the best at bringing things up at the right time. That's something I'm learning to be better at. Um, yeah, I don't always bring things up at the most opportune time. So I'm
maybe
learning
you
on
should
that. But
start talking in the shower then.
I think that's probably, yes, yes.
Even though
I
I
think
thought
that,
I saw on TikTok somewhere where it was like, I think that's a form of a mental illness. I was like, damn, okay.
damn. You're like, okay,
Um, I'm like, shit, I have my best conversations in the shower.
right. See, and I haven't done that. I haven't tried that.
Um,
So
I mean, I'm not like talking out loud.
I know. Fletcher would have told me.
And my son's
I'm
not
worried about
like,
my mother.
mom?
No,
Mom? Who's in the shower with you?
he's
No.
in the shower.
I mean like just like having the thoughts like
Right. Yeah.
in my
I
head.
guess my thing would always be when I was running. That's when I would have those type of
Yeah.
when I would run.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes. Those
That
are
makes
all
sense.
my thoughts, everything, conversations. That was kind of my therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? It is a form of talking in your head or like having the conversations in your head, right? I'm just going to go off on a tangent for a second, but like if you grew up in a home where you didn't feel like emotionally supported or like nurtured like emotionally,
Right.
and whenever you were upset, you went in your room and you talked through what just happened.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. It
Yeah,
becomes
that
like,
is. That is. Yeah.
yeah, it becomes like a coping mechanism or a coping strategy to help yourself work through like parts of your life that are emotionally heavy.
Right. Yeah.
And so you talk yourself through it.
Right. No,
So
yeah,
if
completely.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yes. Agree. I just haven't done it in the shower.
Okay, but you have done it running. So
Running or just in my head. Yes,
it's kind of the
absolutely.
same thing.
Yeah.
Um, Canceling plans. Do we feel bad? Yes or no?
No. No, I mean, I guess. I don't know. It depends on the situation. I'm not a huge Friday night person. Usually I'm tired, but I don't know. It depends on the situation. But more often than not, no,
No,
I
I don't
guess.
feel bad either. I would have felt bad a long time ago.
Well, I would have felt bad not a long time ago because I never wanted to miss out on anything. So
Oh
I
yeah, that's what
didn't
we
want
talked
to.
about. Yeah,
I didn't, right, right. And I just never wanted to be the person that wasn't there. Even if
right.
the night was boring, I still wanted to be there. So yeah, in that sense.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, unless people are really looking forward to, getting together and all that, which we do have a lot of fun when we go out.
Oh, we
So
all do. But I think we're all at an age that like if anyone cancels, no one's upset about it. Like
no
literally
one's
no one's
upset.
upset
No,
about it.
right. We just,
And
yeah, okay, jams are going on at 5.
like we're already in our pajamas, half pants are halfway off. The
Right.
other ones are ready to be pulled on. And it's like, is everyone still into it? And
Right.
everyone's like, oh, I hope, you know.
Right.
I
Right.
saw this meme that made me laugh. It was like, my friend just texted and said it's too windy out. Let's cancel for tonight. And the person was like, I've never been happier. But like legit,
Right.
wind is blowing.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that was the last time we went out to Apero. It was raining, and you said it was raining too hard. And
it
I said, we're
was. It
literally,
was
I go, we're
pouring.
literally just gonna walk there.
Nope. I'm
And we
good.
had fun.
Oh yeah, we did, but like nine
Yeah.
times out of ten, I'm not going
Right.
if
No, I
there's
know.
any sort of weather,
Right. 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 Especially the wind.
except for sunshine.
Well, there's that.
And I'm very infamous for like having a glass of wine and being like, hell yeah, let's go, let's do this,
Yes.
and make plans. And then like 3 days later, I'm like, oh, crap,
Right. Yes.
what
Yes.
did I do?
At the time, it seemed
At the
really
time,
like a
it seemed
fabulous idea.
it seemed like the
Right.
best thing I've ever heard of.
Right.
That's just with
Or
a
if I
glass of
get two
wine,
and a half glasses in you, then we're going to Mulligan's
or we're booking a trip to Ireland or something.
or going to Ireland.
Or buying an apartment building, or I'm getting a cat, or
Yep. All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I should start
Our
keeping a
searches
list.
on our phones the next day is always sometimes pretty funny.
Yes. And you know what? I think I need to start keeping a list so I can talk about it on the podcast to be like,
Yes, because we
oh,
do
look
come
what I
up with some
agreed
pretty
to.
brilliant ideas.
Look what we came up with. And look what I agreed to.
We bought a three-family house.
We already had a tenant that was
We
going
got a
to take care of
tenant
the
that was going to do maintenance for us.
the next day we're like, I'm going to Jamaica?
Just
What the
for
hell's
fun.
going on? I've never booked a ticket.
No, no, me either. No.
So
Almost a hotel, but that's about
yeah,
it.
never a freaking plane, never a
No,
plane ticket.
never a plane ticket.
So yes, plans being canceled. You
We're
know,
okay with it.
I now have JOMO, which is the joy of missing out. I'm good.
Right.
Like
You're a
there's
little bit better than I am at that. You're better than that. I still have it a little bit.
it would depend on if it's like certain things like I don't know, if everyone was like going out to I don't know, the Brunswick and I was like I'm not going,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think twice about it.
Right, me either. That, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like something like
Right.
that. That's
Right.
very like basic. I wouldn't even as soon as I said no, I would already be moving on to something else
Right. Right.
like that. I mean, like instances
Yeah.
like
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
that. Okay, here's a good one. Back to like a relationship. Agree or disagree. If someone likes you, you won't be confused about it.
They agree to a
Yeah.
certain extent, but I think sometimes if you're so closed off, you might not pick up on certain signals either.
Hmm.
So I think for the most part, genuinely, yes.
Agree.
Yes.
Agree. Yeah.
Agree. For the most part,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
I think if a friend comes to us, you notice how I say comes, not us.
Right. 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 Yeah, exactly. 'Cause
Um, not us,
if a
but other
friend
people.
comes to us, other people.
If someone comes to us and it's like, well, I don't really know. I don't know. That's usually the answer. Like if I have to like really dig deep to figure out if someone liked me or not, then it's not it. Because
Right.
and I could be wrong and maybe this I feel like men know right away if they like someone or not. I really
I
do.
do
I
agree.
don't think it takes them very long to figure out if they like you.
No, I think that's
Um,
true.
Women, I'm not really sure. I think for me, I can only speak to me personally. It takes me a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not like a
No, no.
gung ho, like I'm like
Right.
right
Right.
away. I think
Yeah.
it takes me a second to like figure out if like the vibe is on or like how their energy is. But I think men know quite quickly if it's going to be something they
Yeah.
want to do.
Right.
So I don't know. I could be wrong. Men, I don't know. Let us know what you think.
Let
But
us know.
I don't know. I don't know how many of you listen. Spotify told me only 13% of you are men. So I don't know if you're listening or not, but
Prove us wrong.
yeah, prove us wrong. I
Prove us
there's
wrong.
nothing I love more than a man proving me wrong. Come on, please.
Prove us
Come in
wrong.
the comments.
Yes.
Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, whatever.
Tell us
Um,
your thoughts.
tell us your thoughts. We love it. But yeah, I don't feel like I would be confused. Like I hope
No.
I would know.
Right. Right.
So
I would think so. I would agree.
you're right. Maybe if you're confused, maybe and this could be like, if they wanted to, they would, that maybe they are not emotionally mature enough to really show you how they feel.
Right. Right.
But I don't like people that make me confused.
Like
I
slip me a
like
note. I like you.
yes or no, yes, no, or
Yes or
maybe.
no. Do you like me?
They circle maybe. I'm like,
Boy, those were days are simple.
I don't like inconsistency. I don't like confusion.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something for me that I'd like to be very like, if I have to guess if you like me, I'm like, I'm good.
Then no.
No,
That's a
that's
no.
no, that's a
Right.
no.
Yeah.
That's a no for
That's a
us.
no. That's a no.
Um, okay. Oh, this is one of my favorites. An apology without change is not an apology, or it
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless. True or false?
Just exhausting.
True, right? I mean,
Yeah.
agree. Like
Yeah.
an apology without changed behavior means nothing.
Nothing. It's just words. Because you know it's going to happen again and they're going to apologize again and happen again and apologize again. Yeah.
Yeah,
No. Thanks.
agreed. It
No.
becomes a pattern of behavior and it's not changed. So like to me, I'm sorry means I'm never going to do it again.
Or I'm going to try not to do it again. I'm
Yes,
going to be conscious to not try and do it again. Like I'm going to
and
make a conscious effort to not make you feel that way again or do whatever I did.
yeah. And I'm going
But
to work really hard. And I want you to tell me if I do it.
right. Right.
You know?
And an apology doesn't take away the hurt too that you caused somebody. I mean, that person, yeah, can accept your apology and appreciate the apology. The hurt's still there. That takes time and hope that that person won't do it again.
Yeah,
You can only hope, and you can't control that other person. So all you
right.
can do is hope that they won't do it again
I mean,
or not leave yourself open for them to do it again.
right.
That's the only thing you have power over.
Yeah, is yourself. I mean, talk is
Right.
cheap. Talk is
Right.
cheap. Like I can say a billion and one things.
Right.
It's really the action. Actions and
And the
words
follow through.
should always meet. They should always
Yes.
be the same thing,
Yeah, absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know? Um,
Especially as mature people. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's not like we're 25 years old. I mean, we are, the apology should mean something at this point in life. We've learned enough.
you would hope. I mean, I even like with little kids when you would be like, okay, go apologize, and they're like, sorry. It's like, why are
Right.
we
Yeah.
making them apologize? It doesn't even mean anything. They
It's
don't mean
just
what
a
they're
word.
saying.
Right.
It's just words.
Right. And that's not genuine. And I think you
Exactly.
can also tell when somebody is genuinely sorry. I think that's the other thing. I
Yes.
think as adults, we know if somebody's apologizing, whether that's a true apology or those are empty, empty words.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely know if someone is genuine in their response to you.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah. That's an easy read for me.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like right out of the gate. If
Yeah.
someone's like, sorry, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
I'll be doing that again to you next Tuesday. Sure. Awesome. See you
Oh, so
there.
you're gonna screw me over again. Cool.
Yeah. Look forward to it.
Really looking forward to that one. Thank
Really
you.
looking forward to that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that again too. No,
Yeah.
no worries.
Stay tuned.
Um, stay tuned. Okay. Um, the silent treatment is a form of emotional immaturity. True or false? Agree or disagree?
I agree in all caps.
Okay.
There's
Make sure.
nothing more frustrating to me than the silent treatment. And if somebody is giving me the silent treatment, I just ignore it and come right back at them and act like they're not even giving me the silent treatment because I
Yeah.
cannot stand it. I just can't. To me, that it's so infuriating. It's so immature. It's so useless, pointless, hurtful, and not necessary
Yeah.
in any aspect. I feel very passionate about this one.
I mean, you heard it here first, folks. Don't be giving this bitch the silent treatment.
Everybody's going to give me the silent treatment. They're like, wow, I found Tina's hot spot. Thought she was a pretty laid back chick, but not so much.
Rage bait. No, I agree. The silent treatment is a form of a silent temper tantrum, is what I like to call it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what you're doing is having a temper tantrum silently, like a toddler.
Which you can have for like 10, 15 minutes, fine. Half
Yes.
hour. I'll
Yes.
even give you an hour.
Ooh, okay.
After that, forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
No.
No.
Like it's also a form of manipulation.
Yeah.
And it's also a form of like it's an avoidant tendency. Like people that have like an avoidant attachment style, like their number one go-to is to ignore. So,
Yeah. And
and
there is absolutely nothing in the world that's healthy about it.
no, it's very manipulative.
Yeah.
So don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't do
Don't
it.
do it. That's our PSA.
Stop doing it.
Stop doing it. And don't do it to me.
And don't do it to her.
No,
Do you understand?
no suspenders and no silent treatment.
If she ever puts up a dating app, it's going to say no suspenders, no silent treatment. I will not stand for it in any capacity.
With a hard nose.
Hard pass. Um, oh, okay. How about this one? People stay longer than they should. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Yeah.
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
I think I think a lot of people leave emotionally before they actually physically leave. And I don't
Yes.
and I say that for men and women.
Hmm.
And I don't think it's beneficial to either side to stay longer because if I was in a relationship and that person has kind of emotion left but is still there, it's not doing anything advantageous to me or beneficial to me. Same with if I've left emotionally and don't want to be there, but I'm still physically there. You're not doing that person any service. But I do think that that happens more often than not. It just does for a plethora of reasons.
Yeah, I agree. It's sometimes, well, I mean, we know it's easier to stay. It's much
Much
easier.
easier.
And
Yeah.
in most respects, like if you look at like for finances, especially, I think that's like usually number one, but
It is, yeah, that's the number one reason that most people stay
yeah.
is financial.
So,
Because they don't either want to split their stuff or they can't afford to be on their own
right.
or don't want to change their lifestyle. And then,
Which
and
is
then they
tough,
make it
man. I mean, that's like a
tough.
tough one.
It
Um,
is.
that's why we
We
have to
like
stay
nice things.
it's almost like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We listened to this, and I can't think of his name, but he's a lawyer out of New York,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, a divorce lawyer.
Yes.
And he was saying how more than 50% of of marriages end in divorce.
56%. Yeah, that's what he said.
56%. Okay.
Yep.
And then on top of that, and this is just being, I think this is being like on the low end. There's 20% of people probably more, who are
Yep.
together
But are unhappy.
but are very unhappy. They don't want to be together. They
Right.
don't do
But
anything
they stay
together,
together for those reasons,
but
whether
they
it be the
stay
kids, they
together.
don't want to
Yep.
divide their stuff, they don't
Yep.
financially want to take a hit.
Or they
But
just
that
don't want to be
but
by
that's a large
themselves.
percentage.
So if you look at the 56 and then you just do 20% as like the bottom, I think that's like the bottom of it. You're looking at 76% of marriages are like not successful. That's a and
large
he
percentage.
uses the analogy, he's like, if you were to walk outside and you had a 76% chance of getting hit in the head with a boulder, would you walk outside?
You wouldn't
Probably
walk
not.
outside.
So,
No,
I
no.
really like him. I wish I knew his name because I'd
I know. I can't
plug
think
him
of his
right
name
now.
too. He was just on Mel Robbins the other day.
Yeah, I love him. Like
I
I
love him. I love
love,
his perspective, and he's been married and divorced. He's still the best of friends with his ex-wife and her husband, who she's been married to for a
yeah,
long time. He says we're a very dysfunctional little happy family, but he said her new husband is everything that he isn't, and he appreciates that for her. And he just always comes from such kindness that I love that, and he's had such experience with all types of relationships. But he also did say the other day, which I thought was interesting, was that whenever he goes to cocktail parties, people always ask him, "Oh, geez, you must have some stories." And he said, "I do have some stories." He said, "But I got to tell you that for the most part, nowadays, it's not like back in the day where I can't even think of that movie, if it was War of the Roses or something like that,
yeah.
where he said people are coming in and they're just like, you know what, it's not working. And we just, I want her to be happy and I want him to be happy. And let's just figure this out in the most amicable way. And go through it with grace and respect. And, a lot of people have kids together, so you want to go through it like that. And he's finding that that's more often the norm than it is,
It's good.
the not anymore, which is, I think, kind of a nice
I mean, and that's
recognition.
how ours was. Ours was very, very seamless and
Right.
and
As
not.
it should be. I mean, you're all adults. There's no reason for it
I
to not
mean,
be.
what would be the reason to have it go any other way? You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
That to me would take too much energy,
yeah.
personally.
And he also talks about like, you can have a relationship, right? If we're going back to do we think people stay longer than they should, right? And you are married for 40 years, right? But you disliked each other for like 20, 30 of whatever, 30 of
Right.
them.
Right.
But is it still success? I mean,
Well,
is
and
it
that's what he said. People
successful?
classify it as successful, but it's really not successful
Right.
because you're not your authentic person and you're not happy in that relationship, but you're just staying in it.
Right. So I think people
Or,
look at relationships in terms of years and they don't look at it in terms of worth and
right, right,
um how much you cared about each other and
right,
how much you valued each other. I mean, I'm sure my parents, if we go back to that, I don't even know how long they've been married, a long time.
right.
Have there been years that they or times that they probably um didn't enjoy each other? I mean, that's normal. I mean, you're not gonna like someone all the freaking time. That's just
And like I said earlier, you're expecting that person to fill so many roles too, whether
right.
it be the woman, the husband, or the wife. You're expecting them to fill so many roles in your life, and that's a big, a
Right.
big thing to fill, big shoes to fill.
And I think like if they, when they look back on their marriage, it was successful. Very.
Right.
And I
Yes.
don't think many people can, not a lot of people can say it was like super successful. Maybe nowadays, and it's
Yeah.
different. There's
Yeah.
a lot of different aspects to why things don't work out.
Right. Right.
Everything's different. I think,
Yeah.
we talked about this a little bit last week, like social media has kind of messed up relationships and it just makes it harder.
Yep.
Um, oh, I mean, this kind of flows. This is the last one I have, but being single is better than being with someone that you don't want to be with. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean,
I'm for both parties, I think.
yeah, for
I think
everybody.
for
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, we
Because
said
like I
that.
said earlier, you don't want to be, if you don't want to be there, you don't want to do that disservice to the other person, and you don't want that person to do it to you. So,
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard and you have to make an uncomfortable decision, but it's the best decision.
And you have to do right. What's right for you, what's right for everybody.
And
Um,
sometimes those decisions are not going to please everybody, and you
no.
have to be okay with that, and you
Yeah.
have to be true to yourself and know that what you're doing is to be true to yourself because sometimes those decisions, you're going to upset people and everybody's going to have an opinion and you
And
have to
yeah,
know.
I think that's the biggest part is like not caring what everyone's thinking because at the end of the day, they don't live with you.
Right,
They don't run your household. They
right.
don't have anything to do with you. So it's really
Right.
none of their business
No,
and it's their opinion really doesn't matter.
right, Right.
because 9 times out of 10, I want to be like, listen, go look in the mirror. Do you own a mirror? Like, are you not looking at what you like, how your life is or what you're
Right.
doing? Like, I feel like those are usually the people that have the most
Yeah.
opinions,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
are people that don't really have much to say on the
And I
topic.
mean, I've never been one to, I don't live in anybody's houses. I don't know what goes on in there daily. And,
To each his own, baby.
whatever makes them happy, you know what? It's a short ride. We're here, so you need to be happy. So, you want your days to be happy.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully. And
Yes.
in the state of the world, I don't know, every other day, it's
Mhm.
like,
Right. Yeah. And
you can't,
that's the thing. There, if you look at the bigger scheme of everything that's going around for us, you want your little world to be happy because
yeah,
the outer world is just a disaster right now. So
like,
you do,
yeah,
you want your little bubble to be a good bubble, you
yeah.
know.
And it's like, take care of your people, love your
Yes. Love your
people.
people. Love your people fiercely.
Yep. Do what you love to do,
Right.
have fun,
Right.
just,
Yes.
try to be better every day, try to like set
Be kind.
goals.
Just be kind. Just be kind. It doesn't really take
Yeah.
any more energy to be kind than it does to do anything else. So, and it's
No.
very easy
Yeah.
and
I think,
empathetic.
yeah. Well, I think that was a good conversation. I think our next episode, we are going to talk about I want to flow it around like social media and kind of like a funny spoof of like what we do on social media and what other people do and like how we're just like it's kind of become like this. I don't know. I feel like it's taking over a lot of things
Yes.
and it's kind of funny and
Yes.
sad.
Yes. And sad. And
Funny
sad.
and sad.
Yes.
So again, I want to thank everybody who listened to the first episode. Welcome to the chaos. But again, you can follow Second Act Same Attitude on YouTube. It's at Second Act Same Attitude on Instagram, at Second Act Same Attitude. Same thing on Spotify. Not on Apple Music. I don't know. I've never used Apple Music. I don't know if there's like more of a platform for that, but we'll see. I did start a TikTok account. I don't know. That one scares me. TBD. I don't know.
I don't
But
have TikTok, so I don't
no, I have to save the freaking videos to my phone and then send them to her because she doesn't have TikTok.
know.
So anyway, thank you guys again for listening. And we will be back next week.
And if
Bye.
there are topics that you want to cover, send it.
Oh, yes, please send it over if there's
Yeah.
anything that you think that we should say.
We're happy to talk about anything.
Oh,
Almost. Almost.
almost. I do have a teenage son, so I can't talk about a lot
Right.
of stuff.
There's that.
And you know what? We don't even have any stories.
No.
That's probably the saddest part. Anyway, okay. All right.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.